on This Week with George Stephanopoulos on ABC, making a whole lot of news now that she's out with a brand new book. Joining us is Andy Field, ABC News correspondent. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. You would think with all the other things going on here, this would not be big news, but the Democrats have been in disarray for quite some time, and Donna Brazile is certainly fanning that flame.
Well, it's just juicy. I don't know how, right? I mean, we all kind of knew that the Democratic Party and the Democratic base and the Democratic machine was in the bag for Hillary, right? I mean, that's not that shocking of news all this years later. It is shocking, though, that Donna Brazile's the one telling the story.
Well, it depends on who you talk to. Robbie Mook, who was the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton, and has since put out this memo that they signed that was kind of a joint fundraising deal that gave the Clinton campaign some leverage over what the DNC did, tells a very different story than what Donna Brazile did. If you read this document and you listen to the Clinton campaign, the DNC was nearly bankrupt just before Hillary Clinton started running. She knew she was going to need this grassroots support, which the Democratic National Committee could help her in every state. And so they went and actually the DNC went to them, not Hillary Clinton going to the DNC, and they went to the Bernie Sanders campaign. Both of them were offered this deal, saying, look, if you help raise some money for us and keep us in, you'll have some say on how that money was spent. The issue is that, at least according to the Clinton folks, is that Hillary Clinton signed the deal, so did Bernie Sanders' team. But Hillary Clinton was the one that raised all the money, and so they had a little more say.
Yeah. What's interesting, though, is anytime there's a losing presidential campaign, right, it always comes out there's backfighting and stabbing, and, hindsight's always 20. So, again, no laws were broken. It's just interesting and juicy and gossipy. But, again, no laws broken.
No, I think the bigger issue here, and I think you played a clip of this just before we came on, was the fact that when Hillary Clinton fainted just a short while before the general election, and there was video of her caught looking very frail and people holding her up, the DNC panicked, and Donna Brazile said, we might have to go with a plan B, which was enlist Biden to go back on the ticket there. That would have been extraordinary. I don't know how that would have turned out, but it certainly speaks to the fact that there were people who were questioning Hillary Clinton's health at the time.
Yeah, and I don't even know if there's a mechanism within the party apparatus to actually do that. Is there?
There is. In the bylaws, I don't know about the Republican Party, but in the Democratic Party, if someone's incapacitated or dies before the election, the DNC chairman can consult with other top officials to name a replacement. Also,
she also calls out President Obama. And if the party's broke and the party lost massive amounts of state legislators and governors and houses and Congress, right, some of that blame has got to be squarely on President Obama.
Well, he certainly was the leader of the Democratic Party for 8 years. And look, there's no one questioning this, even inside the Democratic Party, that the Democratic Party is in disarray. It wasn't in great shape coming up before the election, and it certainly is not in good shape now. You'd be hard-pressed to say who would be the front runner for the Democratic nomination coming up in 3 years.
Yeah, I think
there doesn't seem to be one.
The story is that the establishment in both parties seem to have lost in this last election. Andy Field, ABC News correspondent. When is the book out? Is the book out now?
I think it's coming out this week.
There you go. Should be a bestseller. Andy Field, thanks for checking in.